If you don't celebrate your wins and yourself, then who is going to do it for you? You're not born with confidence. Confidence is earned over time. It doesn't come overnight. It comes over years and years of small wins. But let me ask you a question. Are you celebrating your small wins? Are you still celebrating your small wins? And the reason I ask this is because everybody wants the big wins. The big house, the cars, the holidays, you know, the marriage, the kids. But we often overlook our small wins. Now to me, the small wins are more important than the big wins. Why? Because it's the small wins that are like steps that are getting you to your goal. Let's think about it. You're at the beginning of a marathon. You don't start at the finish line. You start at the beginning, the start. And to get to the finish line, you have to take many small steps, many small wins. Each step is a win to get you to your ultimate goal. Now, are we celebrating those steps along the way? Because if we're not, we may be doing ourselves and our dreams a disservice. Why do I say that? Because not celebrating your small wins, you may lose track of where you are. Not celebrating your small wins may mean that you get discouraged along the way. You know, oh, I'm not where I want to be yet, so, you know, it must not be working. But when we fail to celebrate our small wins, we fail to see the gratitude in them, and that kind of knocks us off our center. So small wins are important, guys. They keep you in check. They keep you on your path. They help you know where you're at. And let's face it, if you don't celebrate yourself, who else will? I celebrate every chance I get. In fact, I've just come from a class where I was teaching some students, and I probably run that class about 50 times. As soon as I left, gave myself a pat on the back, celebrated. That's a small win. It means a lot. And no one else is going to celebrate me, so I have to celebrate myself. You should celebrate yourself also. Small wins, guys, they're really important. Honestly, celebrating the small wins is almost giving God all the glory and all the praise. Celebrating where you're at now is really having gratitude for your mission. And once you got an attitude of gratitude, you'll always be blessed. Once you got an attitude of gratitude, the universe will continually bless you. Come on, you know this, and I know it. Small wins, guys. Small goals. We often miss the steps. We often miss our progress on the way to where we want to get to. And this is a good way to track the progress. This is a good way to keep yourself in check. This is a good way to keep yourself motivated. This is a good way to know where you're going. This is your path. It's almost like I'm driving now, right? And I see these lines in the road, little dashes to separate the two sides. They're each line, each dash is a small step, is a small win on the way to my destination. It's as simple as that, you know? Sometimes with big goals as well, with big dreams, we can get lost along the way. Those dashes, those lines in the road, they may disappear. Why? Because we're looking for that big win. We're looking for that big payday. We're looking for that, you know, everything to happen at once. We want instant gratification now. We want it now. And with big wins, it's harder to adopt the SMART principle upon them. What do I mean by SMART principle? Well, SMART principle when directing it towards your goals is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. And it's harder to do that on big goals, and it's easier to do it on smaller goals. Why is it easier to do it on smaller goals? Why? Because now you've become specific. We know what it is we want. We know what we got to do upon a small goal. It's easier to carry out. Measurable. How do you measure it? Again, easier to measure. Why? Because it's smaller. It'd be harder to measure a marathon over, let's say, a 10-yard dash, right? Of course. achievable. We know smaller goals are achievable. They're easier to achieve, easier to get to. Relevant. Smaller goals that are relevant to your bigger goal will get you along the way. And time bound. It's all good for me to say, yes, I want a big house and I want this and I want that. But what's the time limit on that? Us humans do not have infinite time. And I don't know if you noticed that since post-COVID, life seems to be getting shorter for people. We have a finite amount of time and we have to use it. We have to use it wisely. So time bound is important. And when you do small goals, when you have smaller goals that get you to your bigger goal, when you celebrate your smaller wins, you're able to put time limits on them. This will keep you more productive, guys. This will keep you more productive. And then the more smaller wins you generate, the more smaller wins you gather, the more smaller wins you win, it helps you on the way to your goal, your ultimate goal. And again, like the dashes in the road, we get there step by step, not missing those steps, which is important because often we can miss steps on the way. Celebrating your wins is important, guys, small or big. But I like to celebrate the small ones. Why? Because they're the ones that are overlooked at times. I remember when I first started making content, I was nervous, I feared judgment, I was even a bit scared and apprehensive, I suppose. What will people say? How will they receive it? And I thought I was getting nowhere. Why? Because I wanted the big goal to be, however many people reached or whatever. And then one day, out of nowhere, I received about 50 messages from people I knew. The same day I put out a video, I received about 50 messages from people I knew, and they all told me how proud they was of me and how well I was doing. And I said, look at that. I didn't even give myself a chance to celebrate my own small wins. And that's why anytime I speak to you, I speak from experience. It's my experience, and your experience may respectfully differ. That's fine. But small wins are important, guys. Small wins are important. Now, whatever you got going on, whatever you're doing, man, celebrate you. Big up you. Yeah, you are the most important thing in your life. You are. It's your small wins that will get you to where you're going. Honestly, I can't really speak about this enough. I can't speak about it enough. I always tell the students when I'm working with them at the schools, I always tell them, celebrate your wins, guys. Celebrate them. It's not all about the big ones. It's not all about the big wins. It's about every single win. Every single win. And with that, I've arrived at my destination. So I'd like to say, if you like this video and anything has resonated with you, drop a like and please subscribe. And look out for more content. Celebrate your wins, guys. Celebrate them, big or small, but especially the small ones. Be grateful for them. Be grateful in life anyway. It's a blessing that we see the day. That's a huge win. It's even a huge win to just breathe in this day. It's a glorious day. It's a bit cloudy outside, but it's still glorious, honestly. And like we always say, hear me now, because who don't hear must feel, and who does hear will heal.